G'day everybody. It's time to have a blad, eh? Now, I want to go. We spend our money wisely. We make sure we do hard thoughts and people want it. So when we do a move, we know it's pretty much guaranteed because we know people want it. We're the government. We're going to spend $400 million so we can have a better connection because we're the government. And we're going to come up with a cool plan and a decent one to make sure people go, yeah, so we can make a thing happen. But instead, we spend $400 million and found out we were wrong. We do make mistakes, don't we? But that's not the only mistake we've made. I could go on and on and on, a few other ones. So let's talk about inflation. Who could be raising inflation when they waste so much money that makes inflation go up because they're printing this money out and it has to be paid, which is inflation goes up. So if such actions happen, who fixes that problem? Does someone get fired for that $400 million or anything like that? Or do they get a smack on their hand? Because if they get a smack on their hand, that means it's going to happen more often. That means inflation might go up even more and more over time. But then we can talk about it in propaganda that it's these other problems. Because when it comes to inflation, it's got to do with lots and lots of stuff. But you look at the biggest stuff, the biggest costs of things. And usually you start from there when you go to fix inflation, right? So when it comes to fixing inflation, you better make sure your government does wise fucking decisions. True, people? Because $400 million, that wouldn't got wasted, because in the end got wasted, right? So it's a risk they take. You do take risk. But where could have $400 million gone to permanently fix something for a while? 400 million. I swear it costs, you can get a nice big adopted building for 10, 20 million. So we could have missed out on a few buildings there. In fact, could have fixed the sector of children needing a place to stay and be looked after. Maybe we could have built 10 buildings and then the rest was into the cost for the next 10 years or something like that for labour. Right? That's what we missed out on. Wouldn't it be cool? And if the government did such a thing, wouldn't they propaganda that to make themselves look good? Well, that's what they missed out on. Right? And if you look closely too, people, there's money and even billions that you see get wasted, like giving $1 billion to Holden and then Holden closes down. Where, if it closes down and then they don't make the money back, what, we give them money to make money, so where's the billion? The money should have come back, shouldn't it? So we shouldn't hear that we lost money because when they closed down, they paid that billion back to the government, right? Because when you give out money, you'd want some sort of investment or they hanged around with some sort of agreement, right? Oh, you definitely better make sure you don't close down because that's what we heard. But then it closed down. So what happened there? Of course, inflation went up a little bit more. So you get it, people? So that's why we've got to make wise decisions and get on it as soon as possible. True? The sooner we get onto this thing, the sooner we'll stop fucking up. True? You got butterflies flying around. We've got the brown ones in now. Meow. It's going. And that's by sometimes if you know you're fucking up, what do you need to do? You need to time out. You need to think about things. You need to put things on hold. And all that kind of stuff. And then you start stepping forward again. Anyway, have a good one, people. I thought I'd chuck that out. When it comes to inflation, we're talking about inflation and we're talking about governments making wrong decisions, right? And it all adds up, right? And it's got to start from the top, right? Because the government is really, in the end, gives us our laws and that, our big daddy. So if their big daddy's not going right, what happens to the kids? They follow along. They go, but daddy. But daddy keeps saying, just do what I say and not what I do. But we end up like daddy because we want to be like daddy. So we've got to lie and do what he does behind the scenes, I guess. Be like daddy, right? And that's not a good thing, is it? Anyway, have a good one. And hopefully our daddy gets it good, and then our daddy can tell other daddies around the world how to do things right. Have a good one. Bye bye.